This is my big old bag of LEGO Deadpools, and there's a lot of them. Some of them are real authentic LEGO, while others, well, they're fake LEGO, like this LEGO Deadpool zombie, which honestly looks fantastic. I think it's a phenomenal Deadpool minifig, but it is fake. It's high quality, but fake. And so I want to spruce up some of our LEGO Deadpool minifigures here. They are nice, but they can be upgraded to be even more deadly.
Yeah, boy.
And Deadpool's kind of one of those fantastic characters where you can put him in any situation and it makes sense because he's so out there, to say the least. And don't worry, there will be giveaway later this video. Hit the like, subscribe, and stay tuned.
Do it.
To start ourselves off, we're going to take Visa de the Pool here, and we're gonna make him into modern Soldier Pool. Now, this was Galacticus Pool. I don't know where his hat went, but he's got a very good plain mask for us here. Then, we're gonna go ahead and take Groot Pool, because I think Groot Pool has a very nice body. It's kind of tactical, the sleeves especially. But we're not gonna be seeing much of the body because we're slapping on a ballistic vest here. Look at that thing.
That's awesome.
Now we go ahead and replace the head. He is becoming modern Soldier Pool before our very eyes. That vest there is from Brick Raids, very high quality, 3D printed and custom painted, as well as the helmet here. Very nice. Now, what kind of gun would Soldier Pool be using? I feel like kind of the obvious answer is the Deagle, but we're not gonna use that because that's kind of boring. Instead, let's give him this red ribbon FAMAS, which I think really fits his color scheme nicely, and it's a bit zesty, like Deadpool. And on top of that, Deadpool is known for his katanas, and for modern US Army Soldier Pool, oh, sorry Soldier Pool, we're gonna give him this modern tactical katana that actually sheathes. It's really hard to focus on it because it's so small. It sheathes and unsheathes, which is pretty rad.
That was legitness. Yeah, it was.
I can't get it to resheath or re-unsheath. Come on. Okay. All right. Good enough for modern Soldier Pool. But how do we get modern Soldier Pool into battle? Well, we're of course gonna want to use a Black Hawk helicopter.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening!
Yeah, you know, that tends to do the trick. Now, I have this Cold War pilot that my boy Scott's Plastic sent to me, and I think he'd be perfect for a pool pilot, baby. Yoink. Now, my boy's got all this green for his uniform, and Deadpool is red, and I don't want this looking like a freaking Christmas tree, so we're gonna match the theme with this Hydra Pool, baby. Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Definitely a brighter green, but I still think it works rather nicely, and look at that. Wade is looking gorgeous, baby. Yes, sir. And then we'll give him a nice little pistol here, and I feel like we gotta give the pools more melee weapons. I mean, my boy loves chopping people up.
Yeah, baby!
This is my tin of pretty much all of my melee weapons. Well, modern melee weapons and guns combined. Oh, now this is a knife. All right, Pool. You're ready to fly this thing and then chop some heads off. Wow. Wow. Now this Pool, he's always kind of looked like a Fed to me. Looked like an undercover agent. And it just so happens, I got this. An FBI agent from bricktactical.com with perfect Deadpool red. Now that's gas. But I think we need to equip our boy a little bit more heavily here. So we are going to yoink the modern military belt with pistol off of our sheriff and instead equip it to Narc-Pool. Yeah, baby. But Narc-Pool here, you know, he's probably gonna need a ballistic helmet. So we've got a Brickmania tactical police helmet right here for our boy. Look at that. Oh, it actually looks kind of fire. I can't even lie. That looks sick. Now, he's already got the pistol in the belt holster, as you can see right there. So we don't really need another pistol for our guy. Instead, let's give him a less than lethal shotgun here. This is one of those beanbag shotguns that SWAT police use. SWAT Pool! Kind of fun to do Deadpool versus SWAT police. Make some cool mocks with that. And then we gotta give him a melee weapon, man. What we got? What are we cooking with today? I like the looks of this gut knife for Deadpool, Agent Deadpool. A little bit more small, a little more tactical, but that, honestly, it doesn't make that much sense. No, that doesn't. Stupid Daily. Of course, instead of a katana, we give him a billy club or a nightstick or a baton, whatever you want to call it. That makes sense as Narc-Pool. It's perfect. Now, what if, you know, things go south and you need Dr. Pool? But we don't want just any Dr. Pool. This is Cringe. I think we could keep the upper body. I think that works. But we want like medical combat pool. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and give him some pistol holster legs in tan. And then, how about a nice, his head won't come off. There we go. Whew. Some of these fake Lego, man, they're clingy. We'll go ahead and toss one of these bandanas. Ugh. Oh, that actually looks kind of fire. Can't even lie, dog. Nice. Then we can go ahead and give him medical helmet. Very nice. As well as some surgical scissors and morphine, you know, the usual medical things. And he's totally not gonna abuse that morphine. No way.
That's a lie.
All right, that's pretty gas. Dude, upgrading Deadpools is sick. Now, what about this pool? This is, I don't know, it reminds me of Black Widow's sister. Can't remember her name, but, you know, the one of the Romanovs, right? Who was, get rid of Wade's face there. The one who's played by Florence Pugh. That one. I don't know, kind of reminds me of that. But either way, I think this would make a cool like winter sniper, kind of like the White Death Pool type vibe, type beat. The problem is finding more Deadpool white stuff. Give me a second.
A few moments later.
Okay, I found a few options for our White Death sniper pool here. So, first of all, we'll go ahead and toss his head on there. And then at first for the helmet, I was thinking we could use one of these winter camo stall helms from the Battle of the Bulge. However, I wanted to keep it like a little bit more modern day versus World War II. And then I found one of these cool Brickmania modern winter camo helmets, which look pretty fire. And then, for his primary weapon, we have a bunch of options. Number one, we could have gone full-blown Gears of War here with the white and then the chain blade, which is all looted. And then we could have gone Asimov sniper, that's semi-white, kind of cool. This one though worked really well. This is an M16A4. However, it's got like kind of that red marking on it, which, you know, gives Deadpool and fits his outfit actually pretty nice. The white and the red on his suit plus that. And then the other option was go full winter sniper and give him a white Barrett 50 cal, which I think would look pretty sick. However, I really like this. I think it fits his markings excellent. Like, that looks fire. And then we can also go ahead and give him a nice little white walkie-talkie too. Since he is a commando, you know, he's gonna need to communicate in the field, baby. Now we've got all these soldier pools, but what about command pool? We got General Shepard right here, and I think we can mutilate him into a pool.
You what?
We take senpai pool. Konnichiwa. No, I'm just kidding. We're not gonna take that one. Pink pool? Gonna emasculate him? Nah. Give him a teddy pool. No. Stay on track, Daily. Gotta find the right pool for the job. Oh, how about this? This is a bit more of a tactical, military-looking pool versus the more cartoony ones. You can go ahead and lob his head off. Good. But then I don't want to replace it with the same, you know, beret that he had before. I think I do have a pink beret somewhere. Okay, it's not pink. I misspoke. It's actually just a bright red, which kind of works perfectly for General Pool. General Pool reporting for duty. Okay, now, I think this red camo M4 from bricktactical.com would work very well on this fig. I mean, come on, that's sick. That looks so good, though. And then, you know, his melee weapon, we're gonna give him a nice dagger. Oh, that thing's like pointy and sharp too, man. It actually, like, kind of hurts.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
This is more like counter-revolution pool than general pool. I'm not gonna lie. So I guess whatever floats your pool boat in a pool. I don't know what I'm saying. Do the lineup. I think this looks very nice, but there's one more pool I wanted to make. So, I have this criminal mask here, which I've used in a few different videos, and take it off the old guy. It's actually a Deadpool themed ski mask for bank robbers, which I think is pretty cool. And since we're kind of doing upgrading Deadpool into military, I figured this would kind of fit this video at least a little bit. So we'll take one of these brick tactical bank robbers and we'll take his head off. And then let's take our disheveled looking politician that I use for random videos and take his face. I think this actually used to be, it used to be a minifig company face. Might have been one of the Beatles. I can't, no, the blonde doesn't make sense. I don't remember. No, that doesn't look look good at all. Well, wait, why don't we just use one of Wayne's faces? That would make the sense. Haha, daily smart. Daily know what he do. Oh, it fits perfectly too, nice. Okay, that looks sick. And then, let's give him a deep red scar H here. Oh yeah, straight out of Rainbow Six, baby. And then he needs like a cool criminal weapon. Well, what about a freaking hatchet? Yeah, I think Deadpool would definitely be using a tactical hatchet in battle. That honestly seems like right up his alley. You know what? This was really fun. I think this turned out great. I love turning Deadpool into stuff. Deadpool minifigs are some of my all-time favorite, so this was pretty baller. What I'm gonna be giving away today is a nice Deadpool for y'all, as well as a dog pool. And if you win the giveaway, seriously guys, you gotta send me a picture of you customizing the Deadpool into something else, because that would be awesome. Either way, to enter, all you gotta do is hit the like button, subscribe, and comment down below. What do you think we should customize Deadpool into next? And let's check out some more LEGO Deadpool. This is LEGO Deadpool by Bricktactical. In honor of the new Deadpool movie coming out, Deadpool and Wolverine, we're going to be building the world of Deadpool in LEGO. Obviously, we've got a highly detailed LEGO Deadpool minifigure right here, custom of course. We can go ahead and put his strap on, giggity, and he has these custom blade katanas. Yeah, baby. And there he is, the merc with a mouth.
Nice.
Also, as per usual, there will be a giveaway at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Now, let's start off by building Deadpool's room. First of all, it's a little bit sparse right now, so we'll give him a whimsical bed, as well as a nice little writing table for Deadpool. And of course, we need to have Deadpool's roommate, Blind Al, and sometimes Deadpool lets his friend Peter have sleepovers at his place.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But it wouldn't be Deadpool without a little bit of mischief. So he takes a marker and does some things to Peter while Peter is sleeping. Biter. That's why you never sleep over at Deadpool's house. And while Deadpool might be extremely childish most of the time, he also does some pretty adult things. The rated R Disney movie, of course. I'm surprised they let them get away with this. That's why we also have 420 Pool. Now, 420 Pool can, you know, do some sus things, like a little jazz cigarette and a martini to go with it. He also can have some more extreme paraphernalia. Yeah, you can buy some pretty weird stuff on Etsy. This is all glass-blown custom LEGO products that I found on Etsy. It's a bit strange.
FBI, open up!
Or you can also give him like a Zippo lighter here in order to light his jazz cigarette. Yeah, just a whole load of naughty Deadpool stuff. But Deadpool doesn't just make jokes, he also fights crime. So let's give him some pistols. Sadly, I don't have any Desert Eagles in LEGO, but we do have this Glock here. Although, doesn't look great. Well, we've also got this small P250, but it might be a little bit too low caliber for Deadpool. I think Mr. Pool would appreciate this working LEGO gun. You can go ahead and cock it back and stuff like that. It's just kind of cool. But all in all, I think we gotta bling our guy out here. We got this man a golden pistol, baby. That's right, gold-plated weapon of destruction. And you know what? We've also got him a gold-plated baby knife. I think it's a karambit from CSGO. Correct me if I'm wrong. But either way, he is decked out to fight some crime. And the real question I had to ask myself is, which villain should we have Deadpool face? And I think the obvious answer is Juggernaut. I feel like Juggernaut with the movies has quickly become the quintessential Deadpool villain. And at first I thought we could maybe build Juggernaut ourselves out of some large-scale LEGO minifigures. Of course, he needs a helmet though, so we go ahead and tear off his head and replace it with this. And we sort of have a custom LEGO Juggernaut, but I don't love it that much, so let's try something different. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Alright, we're gonna start off with a pretty standard figure here with firefighter legs. I've got a bomber jacket here, and then we've got this very nice masked looking figure at the top. I know Juggernaut isn't exactly masked, but he does have like a very overbearing helmet, so it kind of works that way. And then of course his larger helmet here, and this is basically just like a very padded and bulky minifigure, so we can add on the arm extensions right here as well as the leg extensions here and here, and this is going to be our big boy Juggernaut, who is very capable of ripping Deadpool in half. And why don't we go ahead and give Juggernaut some goons as well? Every villain needs some goons, am I right? Alright, no gooning in this video, but we do have goons themselves.
What?
So first of all, heavily armored baddie right here. We'll go ahead and give him a heavy machine gun. We've got another sort of just dastardly looking guard here. Let's go ahead and give him an AK-47 because, you know, all bad guys always use Russian weapons in American films. Just makes sense. Russia, biggest competitor in the Cold War. Another standard goon lady here, and we'll just go ahead and give her a nice little scoped rifle. Very nice! Finally, we got this guy here with just a really cool, like, beast mouth mask. Go ahead and give him a nightstick baton and a pistol as his secondary right there. Very nice. Juggernaut will be up to no good. Deadpool is enjoying himself, maybe a little bit too rotten of a hot dog, but hey, the man will just regenerate his stomach after he pukes his guts out, when all of a sudden Peter makes an appearance and explains to Deadpool that Juggernaut needs to be stopped. Deadpool informs Peter to hold his wiener.
I'm out, man.
And it's time to get to work, but Deadpool wants his own goon squad too. So let's build that for him. First of all, we got the main gooner himself, the merc with a mouth. And you know what? Deadpool's a bit of a weirdo, and after X-Force ended up dying, he decided to go really in a goofy mood with the rest of his soldiers. He went to a nudist beach and hired two random dudes, both named Gary. You gotta make friends somehow. Then he went ahead and gave both Garys some rubber helmets. Yeah, rubber helmets. And some swords. You know what? Nah, let's not use those. Let's give them real weapons. We're giving the Garys the blickies that Deadpool didn't want. Now with the crew assembled, let's go ahead and build a little battle mock between Deadpool and Juggernaut. We've got our base plate that we're gonna use here. A whole bunch of bricks to make some cool ruins, and some fauna to make it pretty. Let's do this thing. Alright boys, fairly simple ruins here, but overgrown obviously with some forest elements. I think it looks pretty nice. So we have Juggernaut here, and of course Deadpool comes out to face him. Juggernaut is of course very capable of ripping Deadpool in half. Oh, that's his head. There we go. Now he is dead Deadpool. But of course, eventually he is going to regenerate. And then he whips out his katanas. So let's go ahead and build this mock, as if him and his goons are fighting Juggernaut and his goons. Alright boys, our mini Deadpool mock is all done. So, the merc with a mouth over here has stabbed one of Juggernaut's mercenaries with his katana. Meanwhile, another one over here is coming at him with the billy club as well as pistol drawn, and Deadpool is starting to take care of him. Behind them, some more mercenaries are beginning to load up their ammo and fire at Deadpool, but of course he can just regenerate, so it's not really going to harm him that much. And further behind here, Juggernaut has torn off the head of one of Deadpool's friends, while the other is attacking with his blicky. And behind all of them, Peter is currently trying not to drop the hot dog that Deadpool gave him. And you know what? I just feel like absolutely Florida Man would make an appearance in a Deadpool mock, so he's back here flanking the other two mercenaries over this way. It only makes sense that Florida Man is best friends with Deadpool, right? Well, that pretty much does it for today's mock. This is every LEGO Deadpool minifigure I could find, both real and fake. Yup, that's a lot of Deadpools, man. The Deadpool cinematic LEGO universe is vast. We got X-Force Deadpool, Wolverine Pool, Dr. Pool, Nice Pool, Tiny Silver Surfer Pool,
Cool.
Christmas Pools, Samurai Pool, Pink Pool, Fantastic Four Pool, Spider Pool, Venom Big Fig Pool, Groot Pool, Green Lantern Pool, Disco Pool, White Pool, and honestly there's a lot more pools. I think you guys kind of get the point. this is a lot going on. However, my collection of Deadpools here is officially outdated. Cringe. Get out of here. We don't have all the pools anymore. That's because someone sent me a link on AliExpress that there were new fake Deadpools that I did not own.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
Why didn't you guys tell me sooner? Well, it's fine. We're gonna build them now. All right, let's start ourselves off here with our first one, and these actually seem like pretty good quality. Not every fake or real LEGO Deadpool is made equal, and a lot of the fake ones are pretty bad. But this one looks decent. And remember, if you guys enjoy these videos, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more. Later on in the video, there will be a giveaway, so stay tuned for that. This first pool we've unboxed here is actually pretty awesome because it comes with 3 pools. First of all, you got Kidpool here, and this is actually a minifigure with the mini legs that actually move, which is really nice. It's kind of random when they choose to do the still mini legs versus the movable ones. The movable ones are 1,000 times better. And then it does come with the golden guns, baby. That's Deadpool's only dream, is to have golden guns. And Kidpool here has got the sweatshirt going on. He comes with a little backpack. It's pretty nice. And if you take off his head, there's another one.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, pretty much all of these customs come with an under mask as well as an over mask, so it's really just up to you which style you prefer. I do like the over mask, but there's something a little bit more classic LEGO about the under mask, but I don't know, it's kind of a hard decision. I like both. I don't think you can go wrong with either. But then, like I said, you actually get 3 Deadpools in one. So you also get the floating skull pool, the dead Deadpool, I guess. I don't know, the one who was flying in the movie, Deadpool and Wolverine. And then you also get Dogpool. Now, in the past, we've gotten more sort of like German Shepherd-esque dog pools, but this is the actual dog pool from the movie, and it's really good detailing. Looks a lot like the guy from the movie, and look, you can see his butt so he can poop out the suit. Amazing!
I think that's a good thing.
Next up, let's build what looks to be rock and roll pool, baby! Rockstar pool here is actually pretty fire, I'm not gonna lie. Look at that boy's jacket, man. Oh, he's looking on fleek. I gotta stop saying that. He's got a pretty rad guitar right there, although it's only got 3 strings. So it's not a bass. Is a 3-string guitar a real thing? I've never heard of that, bro. I mean, 4 strings is usually a bass, but 3? I don't know. That might be too few strings, my guy. Obviously, he's got the mohawk too, and this is pretty much the only pool that doesn't really come with weapons, although I'm sure he could definitely make pretty good use of his guitar. Oh wait, there's a little evil-looking minifig head on the back. Very nice. So now, not only do we have the rock and roll pool, Disco Pool also gets to have a nice little friend. Yo! Now the other punk type of pool has gotta be Red Dead Redemption pool. This has got to be one of my favorite pools I think I've ever seen, dude. Obviously a classic cowboy style pool with some 6 shooters, nice bandolier on the front. You got the mask over the mask, so he's double hidden, and just really good detailing all over. Now, this is not the first cowboy pool, although I guess maybe you'd call this a bandit pool, but there was the previous cowboy pool here, which is definitely, you know, a cowboy or like a sheriff pool, because he's got the sheriff star and he's got the mustache, yo. So now these two kind of go together. You got bandit pool, you got cowboy sheriff pool, and they can just fight each other till they die, which is never, because they're Deadpool. Next up, we've got a bit of a more classic pool. So from what I can tell and research online, this is just a bit more of a classic Deadpool suit from like the 80s instead of modern day. So like you've got more of modern pool right here, and you can see because it's like Wade's face is all Ryan Reynolds, scuffed up, not looking too hot. And on the left, this guy doesn't come with a mask, but you can tell there's obvious differences between their suits. One is much much more simplistic and old school feeling, and the other is a bit more modern. Now, there's also other, you know, standard pool suits from throughout the years, like this one here, which is almost more of like a Spec Ops suit. This one feels very like early 2000s when it felt like every superhero movie was super gritty. So you've kind of got the classic suit, the new suit, and then the gritty 2000s style suit here. But then another one is going to be Future Pool, which is really interesting looking minifig. Also, you got the boobas right there. And this is actually the only pool that comes with sabers so far. And these are like glowing red katanas, which is pretty crazy. And it's kind of weird that we haven't had a pool with sabers yet. But according to the website I bought these on, this is supposed to be a Deadpool, but it really doesn't look that much like a Deadpool. And we've also had a futuristic Deadpool in the past, and like I can kind of see, I mean, maybe this is a robot Deadpool from the future, but it's odd. It's definitely very strange. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, because, you know, my Deadpool knowledge doesn't go like super deep into comic book lore and stuff like that. So if you guys know, oh lord, particular Deadpool suits better than me, please let me know. I'd like to learn. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2, all of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. One thing I do know is that, hubba. Nah, I'm just kidding. But we do have Girl Pool. I think, or maybe it's called Lady Pool. I don't remember what they called it exactly, but she was in the movie, and fun fact, the actress in the suit was actually Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds' wife, who, I don't know. My wife tells me she's quite controversial nowadays from drama. But this is just a movie accurate representation of Lady Pool here, and we've actually had some variants of female Deadpools in the past. We've had Anime Pool, which is cursed, as well as Pink Pool, which like I guess you could say is a lady, but also Deadpool would definitely wear just a straight pink suit, so I think it might just be Deadpool. But then there is a little girl Pool here, who is canonically a girl Deadpool, and she comes with a Care Bear. But what Lady Pool here comes with is actually the cutest of the Deadpools, bro. We got Baby Pool, which I don't think we've had a Baby Pool, man. We've had Kid Pool, we've had Dog Pool, but we ain't never had a Baby Pool. This is the future of the Deadpools, man. Incredible. And actually, we can compare the smallest LEGO Deadpool to the largest LEGO Deadpool, which is like a big fig zombie Deadpool, or Gray Hulk Deadpool, but I think it is supposed to be a zombie technically. Pretty insane. The size difference is wild, and